Absolute Radio is where you can hear Prince, Mumford and Sons,
I will wait for you,
and The Killers.
Can you read my mind?
Absolute Radio
Where real music matters.
Absolute Radio
is
the home of rock and roll football. Barclays Premier League football commentary every Saturday afternoon.
Or model a car you have, and it's carried out by skilled technicians using the latest diagnostic equipment.
Yep, quick fit always impressive, but to get back to the question, how do you feel about signing for United?
I'm over the moon, Gary.
Quick fit, you'll be amazed at what we do.
Kim Fowley is the ultimate animal.
I'm ugly! Haha. Dirty, filthy, sneaky, horrible. I'm gonna kill you.
Outrageous.
Are you straight?
Outrageous.
Well, I'm animal man! Wow!
Outrageous. Imperial Records. Imperial Records. Outrageous. Outrageous. Kim Fowley. Outrageous. Kim Fowley. Imperial Records. Imperial Records. Outrageous. Outrageous. Kim Fowley. Imperial Records.
It's too dirty, it'll be banned.
Yeah, I was wondering if you can sponsor my pet gay fish.
Iain Lee. It's about love and life. And live radio wrestling matches. Iain Lee on Absolute Radio. Big up yourself!
I did my best to notice when the call came down the line.
We are Absolute Radio, and right now you're listening to Iain Lee's section of the broadcast.
This is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Daniel Wallace did this. He's recorded it quartet style. It sounds good.
Does sound good.
I'll email it to you. Can you put it on the system?
I've got it already.
Have you?
I've not got it on the system, but I've got the email.
Oh, you're good. Anyway, good evening, dear listener. Thank you to Ben Jones for talking and playing records and doing it excellently. My name is Iain Lee. This is Absolute Radio. That's the business. Oh, Eloise is over there.
Hello.
Eloise Carr, for those who are wondering what her surname was.
Not allowed to say that.
You're not allowed to say it during the travel because people think that you've made it up. It's a joke name.
Yeah, but it's my real name.
That's crazy. I was once, years ago, was at a local radio station in Milton Keynes and Rugby is my real name, but I just started using the name Lee. And I wasn't allowed to use the name Lee because there was the presenter on the breakfast show was called Helen Lee. Even though it's spelled Legh, so they said, we can't have the same name. Sorry, why? Well, people think you're related. We can say we're not? No, it's complicated. Come up with another name. I said, OK, I'll think about it. And the guy said, no, come up with it now. So I'm sat in a room trying to think of a fake surname. I said, I can't do it. He said, what groups do you like? I said, I like the Beatles. Pick one of their names. I said, could I be Ian Harrison? He said, no, I don't like it. Ian Starr? And I said, this is true. I said, Ian Lennon? I'm not sure. Ian McCartney? I like it. And I was Ian McCartney. For no reason whatsoever. It was the most ridiculous. Ian McCartney.
I don't think that goes particularly well.
It's a ridiculous name.
Ian Lennon, Ian Starr, Ian Harrison.
Ian Harrison's
yeah.
nice, isn't it? Sound like I work in accounts. Oh, I do fancy that Ian Harrison from accounts. He's dead sexy. Anyway.
Or Lennon. Ian Lennon.
Ian Lennon.
Oh, no, that's too la la la.
La 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 la. Did you have a nice weekend?
Yeah, good one, thanks. You?
I was in Paris.
I know. That trumps everyone.
It does. It does. No one. If you think you had a better weekend than me, dear listener, you didn't. You can phone up and have a go if you think you're hard enough, but there is no way you had a better weekend than me. I was in Paris with my wife. We left my boy in a box under the stairs. He was all right, don't worry. We left him one of those automatic feeders. Oh, no, that was the cat. Sorry, no, we left the cat with the automatic feeder. We left the boy at his grandparents', and that was fine. And so we spent the weekend in Paris, wonderful weather, eating lots of wonderful food, drinking lots of coffee, going up the Eiffel Tower. Found out many, many things about my wife this weekend. She doesn't like jam.
You never known that
Didn't
before
know
about
that.
her?
No, because we ordered breakfast and there was jam with it, or as they call it in France, jam. And she said, I said, do you want some of this jam? I don't like it. You don't like strawberry jam? I don't like any jam. Sorry? No, she doesn't like jam. Jam is if I ever have to get into a theological debate about whether God exists or not, I can always prove God's existence because he has given us the gift of jam, one of the finest things in the world.
So could have other gods, though.
No, it was, no. Well, yeah, God. Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, yes. What do you mean?
Which god do you mean?
Oh, I mean God, a holy God. I don't necessarily mean like Jesus' dad. I mean a holy God. Allah, Buddha, Jesus Christ, whatever you want to call him. That's proof of God. And my wife does not like jam.
I can't believe that you've only just found that out.
No, I know, I'm surprised.
What other little things don't you know about her?
Well, I don't know.
That you've just found out, I mean.
She doesn't like the Eiffel Tower. If ever I get into an anti-theological debate and have to prove that God doesn't exist, I will cite the Eiffel Tower as my example of man's superiority over all of his surroundings and everything, because the Eiffel Tower is one of the greatest architectural engineering achievements in the world. Superman saved someone who fell off it once.
I went up it once and I wasn't a fan either.
What bit didn't you like?
The people.
That's just your casual racism towards the French, our brothers and sisters. But what about the building itself? Didn't you like?
Well, at the time there wasn't like a lift.
So you had to walk up the stairs. Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't like the fact that it made you tired and the people that worked in it. Now focus specifically on the building itself.
Well, when you're in it, you can't see it.
Okay. You're not actually telling me anything about... What you're saying is you don't like yourself as a human being because of your failings, and that is understandable. We all struggle with your failings. Is it not one of the most striking pieces of architecture in the world? Yes. I'll answer that for you. Yes, it is.
It looks good, but there's too many miniatures, so I can have it in my back garden.
Funny enough, we had it in our back garden at the weekend. No, I'm joking. You could have it in your back garden. Yes, there are. Okay, there are too many miniatures, but the basic premise itself of the Eiffel Tower is a marvel of man's mastery over his environment.
I bet they could do better now.
They probably could. Well, it was made in 1888. The reason I like the Eiffel Tower, right, is I like going. If you go up there's like a little museum about the Eiffel Tower, and it has pictures of the Eiffel Tower at different stages of being built, and I love that. There's a picture of it in like 1886 or something, where it's only like a third of it built.
Wow.
And it looks weird. And then you go in the next picture, it's like half built.
How many people died making it?
2.
Oh,
no, that was horses at the Grand National. I don't know how many people died making it.
Oh.
Not enough, as far as I'm concerned. Blood, sweat, and semen. Tears. Blood, sweat, and tears. I always get those confused, which is very, very embarrassing. Anyway, so let's stop there before. I would still like to be here, whether this is here or not. I don't know, but I would like to be here for as long as I possibly can. Anyway, have you got that checkbook? Because I think we should put in a bid. Anyway, let's talk about that later on. So, the Eiffel Tower, my wife doesn't like it. I think it's one of the greatest things in the world. So there's 2 things about my wife that I found out that she doesn't like that I like. I think she should have told me those before. So we're going. Saturday morning. We wake up in France, and it's like I'm like, come on, let's go. Oh, I'll have a lie-in. Oh, come on, we're in France. It's lovely. Let's go to the Eiffel Tower. Let's go and get some breakfast first. Oh, okay. So we went and got some breakfast, and we're there for a slow breakfast. I was like, right, let's get in a cab. We'll go to. No, let's walk to the Eiffel Tower. Oh, gee. Okay, let's walk to the Eiffel Tower.
It was you not liking the walk-in.
I didn't want to walk. I didn't want to walk. She said, I'll do the map. I said, no, I'll do the map. I'll do the map, Ian. Okay, you do the map. 45 minutes later, right, so we left the hotel. 45 minutes later, guess where we ended up? The hotel. The street with it. We turned a corner, she went, oh, I've just worked out where we are. I said, where? She goes, it's the street that the hotel's in. And I laughed, thinking that she was messing around. And then it was Rue de Jacob. It was the street, the bloody 45 minutes. We'd wound up 100 yards down the bloody road.
That's brilliant.
It was not brilliant.
It is.
And she was doing it because she didn't want to go up the Eiffel Tower, right? And she goes, oh, by the time we get there, it's going to be so busy. I said, yeah, because it's going to be midday when we get there on a Saturday in the hottest day of the year so far. If we'd have got there when I said 9:30, we'd be the first people there straight up the top. We got there, we did walk a bit, we compromised, we went to le deuxième étage, that's the second floor. We didn't go right to the top because it was too busy, and I'm a little bit angry about that, so...
Did you have to pay more to go to the very top?
You pay a little bit more, but, you know, done a lot of voiceovers recently, as some of the listeners have indeed noticed, so I'm a little bit flush. I can afford to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
I wasn't questioning that.
Okay, sorry. But I can afford to go to the top of the Eiffel Tower.
Okay. Can you prove this?
Thrill out. Well, I've got €50. €50 in my wallet.
I'm going to Barcelona in a few weeks. Can I have it?
No, I'll tell you why you can't. Get your money from the post office.
Why?
We were ripped off. We were absolutely ripped off in our exchange rate. Right? We went... I won't say where now that I've used the word ripped off, but I'm tempted. We went to...
Mouth it to me.
I'll tell you
okay.
off it. We went to a bureau de change in England at a certain location, and we wanted €250, okay? €250, because that'd be £280. We're like, okay, we paid it. We thought, that seems a little bit... 200. Hang on, the pound should be less.
Yeah.
So we Googled it, and the euros, €250 should have cost us £219, 220 quid. So we paid like 50 quid, 50, 60 quid more. And so I was going to go in, but their exchange rate is that. It's the other...
What?
So get your euros from the post office, who I believe do an excellent exchange rate, one of the best exchange rates. There are others as well. You can go and check the others, compare all the high street ones, TravelX and all those. But I will tell you where not to go off air.
Okay. There was that time when you were doing a nice show.
Yeah.
And you said to me I could have that €20 and then never gave it to me.
I've only got a €50 note. I'm not going to give you €50 because that's either £35 or £60, depending on where you get it from. You can't have €50, not at all.
Change it up for me.
Get lost, for goodness sake. By the way, anyone can call in tonight. New callers, yes. Regulars, yes. Anyone, 0330 123 1215, if any of this lights your fire. And then we went to La Moulin Rouge on Saturday night, which is the most expensive, I think I can use the phrase, titty bar in the world. It was €90 to see a load of breasts and ribs. Very strange. I'll talk about the Moulin Rouge later on. If you've been, could you give me a call and let me know what you thought of it? 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number. Things that you've only just found out about your partner, please. And also, okay... You know the things that cover the windows that at night time you pull across to make...
yeah, the sun thing. The sun things.
The sun things. Well, the star things as well.
What?
You pull them across at night.
Ready for the morning.
Ready to unpull them across in the morning. You close them at night, you draw them at night, you open them in the morning. And I'm not talking about your legs, ladies. Hey?
I thought you were talking about those reflecting things in cars. What did you say?
We'll continue this after we've had a little bit of Boston. Eloise, I need to talk to you about your attitude during this show. Okay, we get the idea. 0330, it just goes on and on. 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number. Iain Lee, Absolute Radio, here Mondays to Thursdays, 11 to 1. Feeling very refreshed. And relaxed after a wonderful weekend dans la Paris. That's French for in the Paris. If you want to give us a call, we're talking about Paris, talking about things you didn't know about your partner that you've recently found out. And you think, well, maybe they should have said that before we got together. My wife doesn't like jam or the Eiffel Tower, two of the greatest things in the known universe. 0330 123 1215. And the thing I was trying to explain to Eloise before, if you're an American... Can you call him? I need an American, because I heard an American say something at the weekend that I've never heard an American say, and I'm thinking to films and music, and I can't think of one reference to this specific thing in any American popular culture at all. So I need an American to call in 0330 123 1215. If you're in this country, that's fine. If you're abroad, we call you back anyway. And by the way, if you're new to this and you don't know how this works, and Mondays anyone can call in now, the way this works is you dial that number, you press button 1, you'll speak to Eloise, and she'll take your name and your number, and she'll call you back. So it's not going to cost you that much money. 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number. Someone who knows that number only too well, as it's their emergency dial-out number. It's Andre.
Hi.
Andre,
Hello?
before I ask you
Ian.
Yes, could you turn the radio off, Andre? I always say that, yes, because you always have it on.
You always say that and always have to do it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right, Ian?
Yes, Andre. Andre,
Right,
could you do me a
now.
favour? Could you do me a favour? Could you take that penis out of your mouth, please? We can't hear you very well.
Yeah, there's nothing to lower the tone. I was talking about the Eiffel Tower then.
Thank you very much.
The Eiffel Tower, right now, it is a beautiful piece of architectural ironmongery. I can only call it that because being in the steelwork game, I've worked on a lot bigger projects, but it is quite nice.
You make stairs and things, spiral staircases and things, don't you?
Yes, small projects like that, but I've worked on bigger things. But did you get the metro there? Did you get a cab there? What did you say in the Latin Quarter? Where was you?
We were standing off Boulevard Saint-Germain.
Yeah, which is in what part of Paris?
Oh, I thought you would have known, sorry.
No, I've only been to the Latin Quarter. That's the only place I've been.
Okay. Which I believe is on the left bank.
Yeah.
And we walked to the Eiffel Tower. We did get the metro to La Moulin. You don't like La Moulin Rouge, Andre?
Yeah, don't talk to me about the Rouge. Right, but did you go to the Arc de Triomphe?
No, we didn't. We've been there before. So we were only there for 3 nights, like one full day and an afternoon and a morning. So we didn't really. The Eiffel Tower and the boat trip were the only touristy things we did. The rest of that time,
I had a quick cruise down the river. Yeah, that was nice. But did you have a coffee near the overlooking the Eiffel Tower with a nice citan, or not?
No, we didn't. No.
Oh. Well, you missed out there, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And did you notice the coffee's got dearer the closer you got to the Eiffel Tower?
I did notice that, yes.
I have explained this to you a long time ago, but you probably weren't listening.
I wasn't, and I'm not now.
Right, okay. Other than that, Ian, right, the Arc de Triomphe, the Eiffel Tower...
Yes, Andre.
As a steelwork and architectural ironmongery project...
You're repeating yourself a little bit,
What would you class it? Nice or not bad, or...
I think it's one of the greatest things in this world.
Yeah, up close, Ian, I'd like to say to you, and you'd probably agree, it is blinding, isn't it?
Yes, it is, Andre.
It is, isn't it? When you get up close to it.
And when you're not close to it, I think it's stunning.
Yeah, I wouldn't knock it.
No, okay, well, we agree on something, Andre, for a change. Hey, have you heard of a French singer called Johnny Hallyday?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Have you, though?
Yeah, he rings a bell.
Okay.
Yeah, but so does Quasimodo.
Just, I saw, I bought a Johnny Hallyday CD. I should have brought it. I'll bring it into, I'll preview it on the air. Just because he looked cool on it. He had big sideburns and is smoking a pipe on it, and I thought he looked good.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Ian, I don't like to pick a bone. I've got a bone to pick.
Okay, I bet you have.
You know, since you turned to Absolute Radio, yeah?
Well, since I turned to Absolute Radio?
Yeah, after all the other... I don't like to go too back far in the past, but it's not that far back in the past.
You said
when you was Virgin Radio, I won a ticket to see Oasis.
Oh, yeah.
At the Shepherd's Bush Empire.
Yes.
And a ticket to see Ash.
Okay.
Since you've been Absolute, I've won FA.
Well, because we've raised our standards.
No,
yes.
You've lowered your prizes.
Well, the thing is, Andre, the way things are going, if you play your cards right, literally, you could win the station soon.
No, you're all right, and you can have
it. Johnny Hallyday, anyone? I've heard that. I tell you why. We walked into Virgin. We did go to the Champs-Élysées very briefly, and we walked into the Virgin megastore there. That's an amazing building. Oh, it's a great building. Anyway, they were playing a video by this old guy, and he looked like a sort of French Johnny Cash, and it was all right, and it was Johnny Hallyday. I thought that name rings a bell. Don't quite know how I know that name, but it rings a bell. And then that huge Hallyday sort of display. It turns out he's France's biggest singing superstar. He's released like 80 albums or something, and I bought one album for €6, which is £4.50 or £7, depending on where you exchange your money, because he looked like a sort of French Sherlock Holmes on the front with big sideburns and a pipe. I thought, well, that looks good. I'll have that. I like buying albums just on their covers. I won't play it tomorrow. I'll bring it in tomorrow night and we'll preview it on the air together. We could be on the verge of an exciting new musical find, or I may have just spaffed some money up against the wall. We never know. Let's go to Magna.
Yes, hello.
Hello, do I pronounce your name Magna?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good. There we go, Magna. You're live on Absolute Radio. What can I do for you?
Yeah, you're talking about your exchange rate.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you should never exchange your money when you go to another country. Just take out the money in the cash machine.
Well, this is the thing. I exchanged the money before we got to France, so I exchanged it in England. Is it a better deal to do it just from the cash machine then?
Yeah, it is, because they only charge you like £4, and it doesn't matter what amount you take out, so it's always better to take out the cash machine and exchange it somewhere, because it's always bloody expensive.
Hang on a minute. So now you're saying take it out of the cash machine and then exchange it?
No, just take it out of the cash machine in France or whatever, wherever you're going.
Okay. Well, I wish you... Magna, where were you last week, then? I could have done with being told this last week. It's cost me a fortune.
Yeah, well, I'm from Holland, so I was probably down in Holland somewhere or somewhere in the UK.
Okay. What are you doing over... You see, you were either in Holland or the UK last week. You can't remember. What are you doing in the UK, Magna?
Driving a truck.
Do you know the song Gadang Gadang?
Yeah, from Goose Mowers, yeah.
Gadang Gadang, Gadang Gadang.
Yeah.
Gadang Gadang.
The singer's from Eindhoven. It's my town.
It's a good song, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Magna, thank you for calling, fella.
No problem.
Drive carefully, ta-ta.
Take care.
There we go. Gadang Gadang. If you don't know Gadang Gadang, one of the greatest songs of all time. Am I about to play that again? I'd have to have a look for it, see if I could find it. It's a cracking record. Thank you, Magna. 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Johnny Halliday, Paris, the Eiffel Tower, things you didn't know about your partner that you found out since. And, we have an American on the line. Tom from the USA. Be with you after Midnight Oil. Beds are burning. Fantastic.
Out where the river broke, the bloodwood and the desert oak.
I like a bit of Ash. I don't mind a bit of Ash. I think they're good. I met them once, and I thought they were very, very nice young people, and I like their kind of the earlier stuff. Towards the end, it got a bit ponderous, maybe, but nice bit of Ash. Iain Lee, that's me. Absolute Radio. Mondays to Thursdays, 11 till 1. If you're new to the show, welcome. If you're an old hand, haven't you found something better than this rubbish by now? Seriously, I mean, flick around the dial. There's got to be something better than this. Tony Livesey, is he on tonight? Ian Collins. Tom, USA.
What's up, man?
Hey, man, how you doing, Tom?
Oh, I'm pretty good. About ready to go to bed. I got to drive to Hull from Northampton tomorrow.
Well, are you in England?
No, I live here for about 7 months now.
Okay, well, where are you from in the States?
San Diego.
San Diego. I've been near there. Is San Francisco near San Diego?
Not even fucking close.
Whoa, steady on. Well, steady on. I'm going to let that one pass. Steady on with your language. I don't know what you're allowed to do over in America, but that's a yellow card there, Thomas.
All right, sorry about that.
Steady. I'm not even going to ask you if it's close to Los Angeles then. I did the dump, Eloise, don't worry.
Yeah, I was born in L.A., and my parents moved me to San Diego when I was a kid to get away from the crime, but...
Crime? Tom, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think very carefully, and also I want you to make sure you use no potty language, okay? None of your American swears in this country, for goodness sakes, otherwise I'll send you right back. You know windows in your house? That requires an answer.
Yes.
You know when you go to bed at night time because you're tired?
Yes.
What do you do to the windows?
I don't look at them.
You don't look at them? Tom, are you suddenly listening to the radio in delay?
Yeah, well, we got the TV on, actually.
Okay, could you... Jesus.
You want me to move from the area?
I want you to move so you can't hear the television.
All
I.e.
right,
either
perfect,
turn...
Perfect.
Okay.
I'm in the loo. I can't hear it.
Oh, my God. What do you call the things that cover the windows at night time?
Ooh, trick question. Drapes, blinds.
Who's that one now? The woman answering that with you, is she an American?
No.
Is she English?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want her to take part. She must not take part, Tom. I want an American.
Okay, I'll shut the door in the bathroom.
Okay, you shut. I want the English lady. Shut up! I want an untainted American simple mind to answer this question.
Oh, we like that band too.
Yeah, we're good. Okay. Tom, as an American, what would you call those things that cover the windows?
Blinds or drapes.
Okay, Thomas, thank you very much for calling. I'm gonna let you go. I want another American to call in to back me up on this. One who's maybe a little bit less sweary. If you want to hear what Tom said, he did drop a swear bomb there. You can download the podcast tomorrow, and it will have that swear bomb in it. You'll be able to hear. Because the way the system works, I don't quite understand how it works, but the way the system works is the dumps. Oh, we lost a caller there. I don't know where he went. The dumps, they stay on the podcast. So you'll be able to hear what he said. And he said it in a very casual way. That's why I didn't cut him off. I trusted that he wasn't going to do it again. He said it in a very casual way. But I have to be a little bit hesitant. I need one more American to call in. Because I've only just noticed that they don't know what this word is. It's not a word they use. If you're American, I think if you're English, you're probably getting the idea of where I'm going with this now. Did you know they didn't use that word? Did you know that? I hadn't noticed it before. And now it's starting to kind of... I'm thinking, actually, I've never heard them say it. So, 0330 123 1215. If you're an American, I need to speak to you. One more American will be perfect, please. What do you call the things that you close at night time to cover the windows up? 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number. Victoria!
Hello!
Hello, Victoria!
You want cuddly toys for Great Ormond Street Hospital? Is that right?
Well, now, hang on a second. We're going off on the two worlds that should never meet are colliding with each other now.
Yeah.
Where have you got this from, love?
Well, you said you wanted gifts, so I thought your wife might like some tea towels. They've got fruit embroidered on them.
Now, this again. We've gone off literally on another tangent without me knowing. You've offered me tea towels before, Victoria.
Yeah.
And what did I say?
I didn't offer you tea towels. I offered you something else.
Slippers.
I'm sure I was offered tea towels by her as well at some point.
Slippers. Yeah, it was slippers.
I
yeah.
remember tea towels being thrown.
Well, I never offered you tea towels.
Flannels.
No.
Towels.
No.
I'm sure it was tea towels. Okay. Would my wife like tea towels? No.
Oh. I'm trying to be a true Christian.
What has Jesus got to do with tea towels?
I don't know. She might like them.
Well, Jesus might like them. We have... Listen, when we moved house, we were given lots of gifts, and one of the gifts we were given was the gift of tea towels.
Loads of tea towels.
Loads of tea towels.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Now, go back to what you were talking about earlier.
Oh, I've got some cuddly toys that someone's given me that you could give to Great Ormond Street Hospital.
Now,
Should I send them to you?
The thing I have to ask you, Victoria, is are they brand new?
Yeah, they look brand new, yeah.
Well, no, they look brand new. Are they brand new?
No.
There we go. I can't accept them then. Because it's a hospital, and cuddly toys. This is true, and I've had this discussion with them. Because it's a hospital, and because a lot of the kids have infections that make them very weak. We have to be really careful of infections. And cuddly toys, because of their very nature, can absorb a lot of germs and things like that. They can pick up a lot of germs. So
probably have bed mites in them by now.
Probably. And imagine if I gave bed mites to a load of sick kids, it wouldn't go down.
It wouldn't be very funny.
Wouldn't go. So it's a very kind offer of you, Victoria, and I'm sure there would be lots of charities and places that would love those toys, but because it's a hospital and because they have very strict rules, rightfully so, I have to say no to you.
All right, then.
But your heart is in the right place, and that's the main thing.
All right, then. Cheers, Ian.
There we go. If you, by the way, I will put this pledge out on the radio, and it's not really what we do here. But if you work for any companies that could get... I kind of do some stuff at Great Ormond Street, right? And if you work for any companies that could get us, like, new toys, like T-shirts, stickers, books, bubbles, games, new stuff, could you send me an email, iain@iainlee.com, and I'll be in touch. Let's go to Az in Berkshire. Hello, Az.
Hello there, Ian.
Berkshire's a county. Whereabouts in Berkshire are you?
I'm in Sandhurst.
Oh, I say...
Where the Royal Military Academy is.
Très posh.
Yeah, I'm not an army, aren't I?
No, you're just posh. I thought because you weren't saying exactly where you were from, I thought it was going to be like Slough or
Skanky.
Chalvey or something like that. Yeah, no, but it's posh, Sandhurst. Oh, do you ever met a royal?
No, I haven't. Although I've heard every now and again that Harry's in town, or I think Harry was at the military academy here.
Kate
But
Middleton.
I don't know.
Kate Middleton, one of the hottest royals in the world.
Possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. She's a fox, yeah.
She is a fox. She's a vixen.
William is totally batting above his league.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
But he's got the crown, isn't he?
He's
So
got the crown. He's not got the looks. He's got the crown. And I'm sure I'm sure he's a very nice lad. I'm not anti-royal or anything. I'm sure he's a lovely, lovely lad. But hi, hot potatoes. She's a fox. Could do with a little bit more meat on her thighs, but apart from that, she'll do.
Oh, sure. She picks them up over the years.
Anyway, Az, you've called in. What have you called in about?
Well, it's all about the what you're talking about with the blinds and the drapes and all that. It's another word that I picked up that Australians use. I don't know if I should say the word.
Is it a swear word?
No, it's not a swear word. But the thick blanket that you put over yourself at night.
Yes.
Which we obviously have a word for.
The D word?
Yeah, the D word.
Yeah.
Well, Australians use another D word for it, which I'd never heard before. And when I mentioned the English D word to some of my Australia friends, they didn't know what I was talking about.
Okay, so let's get this clear. We're talking about a duvet, yeah?
Yeah.
I like the way you describe it as a thick blanket.
Well,
Mummy, where's my thick blanket?
No, give it away.
Okay, but you're saying the Australians use a different word for that, beginning with D. Is it like
the ones I spoke to did anyway? They didn't know what a duvet was.
Oh, man alive! We're finding out that everybody apart from us is stupid as.
Exactly.
Okay, well, it's what we need now. So I think we may have an American on the line to test the other theory. We need an Australian. 0330 one. I'll say it slowly for you. 0330 123 12 15. Az, thank you very much for that.
You're very welcome.
And I will speak to you soon.
Good evening.
Good evening. I say we'll speak to him soon. We'll never speak to him again. Who knows what's going to happen in the great mist of time. 0330 123 12 15. More of your calls after this. It's Duran Duran.
This is the one and only. 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 This is the one and only.
Absolute Radio. Eloise is through there.
Hello.
We need a new surname for you then. If you're not allowed to use the name Carr, because Eloise does the travel at various points throughout the day. She does an excellent job in a posh voice as well.
Yeah, I do a posh voice.
Can you do you can't do it now though, can you? Do
No.
You know, is it why?
I can only like it's like a switch.
Right. Okay.
And I can only do it when I've got them to the line.
It's funny because it doesn't sound anything like you. The first time I heard it, I didn't know it was you. And then you went, this is Eloise Carr. I was like, oh my God, I used to know her.
I think my real voice is somewhere in between the two.
No, I've heard your real voice. Dead common. But you're not allowed to use the name Carr.
No.
Because the bosses think that it sounds like it's a made-up like comedy character name.
Yeah.
Eloise Carr doing the travel. So we need a new surname for you.
Laurie?
Well, that's the same thing. Anything to do with vehicles is not going to work in
But
this.
I can't have it too different because it
No.
won't make... My name is a difficult name to put another name next to it. It needs to be something simple.
Jackson? I always like the surname
Eloise
Jackson.
Jackson.
I nearly made my middle name Jackson when I...
Too many syllables. I think it needs one syllable.
Eloise Bang? Eloise Arm? Eloise... I don't know. 0330 123 12 15 is the telephone number. What should Eloise's name be? We need an Australian to call in as well, please. We need an Australian to call in. Paul is in Swancombe. What? Hello, Paul.
Hey, dude.
Sorry?
How you doing?
Yeah, could you turn the radio off, Paul?
Off or on?
Off.
Okay. Well, shut the door. How's that?
Okay. Sorry, I was expecting an American on the line.
Yeah, I'm American, dude.
Oh, sorry, Paul. Whereabouts in the States are you from?
Utah.
Oh, okay, nice. And whereabouts in Utah?
Pretty much all over, really.
Okie dokie. And how long have you been over in the UK?
About 6 years.
6 years, okay. And what brought you over here, Paul?
The motor industry.
Okay. Paul, would I be right in saying that Americans...
Yeah.
You okay?
I hear you.
Yeah. That America...
I hear you.
Yeah, okay. That Americans don't...
Yeah, get it out, dude.
I'm trying
Spit it out, man.
I'm spitting it out. That Americans don't use the word curtains.
Yeah, I hear that.
Would
they
I...
use the word shades, dude.
They use the
Bit
word
like,
shades, dude.
Shades.
Shades. So they don't...
The shades go down, he takes her hand. What song's that, dude?
I don't know. Is it Rhinestone Cowboy?
No, man. It's Daughter.
Okay.
By Pearl Jam, dude.
Okay, well, there we go, dude.
You can play that just after this, if you like.
I'm going to play Martha and the Muffins, but thank you. Yeah. So why don't Americans use the word curtains?
They don't. They use drapes and
We've established.
blinds.
We've established that. But why don't they use...
How do you make a Venetian blind, dude?
Poke him in the eyes.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome. So you don't use curtains. How have I only just noticed this over the weekend?
Maybe you've been in, France?
Paul, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Here we go. Wow, a real-life, genuine American calling this show. Who'd have thunk it, huh? So there you go, kids. Americans don't use the word curtains. Did you know that? I only just worked this out the weekend when I heard an American say the word curtains, and it struck me that I'd never heard one say before. It just sounded so unnatural, so strange. And yet, how have I gone 37 years without noticing this? And I grew up watching American TV and listening to American records and all of that stuff, and I've never noticed they don't say curtains. Did you notice this? 0330 123 1215. We now need an Australian to call in and tell us what you call the thick blanket, a.k.a. the duvet. It used to be called the duvet. What did the duvet used to be called, Eloise? Very, very exotic-sounding name when they first came over to this country.
Something down, eider down.
Well, eider down is like the old-fashioned name. They used to, there was like a big thing when I think they'd been around before, but they were kind of reintroduced in the 70s, and we went from sheets and blankets to the continental quilt.
I've never heard that.
It was called the continental quilt.
Actually, we call it the quilt, but I've never called it the continental quilt.
The continental, because they're big in the continent. They don't have sheets over there because they're filthy. The continental quilt. It was amazing. And do you remember when you the first time you got them, you couldn't sleep with them because it kept kicking them off. We'd wake up and go, Mum, I kicked off the continental quilt again in my sleep. And it took about 6 months before we were able to sleep a whole night and keep the continental quilt. I miss sheets and blankets, and when I go to like an old-fashioned hotel in the UK, there's something, especially if it's tucked in really tight, climbing in. I have on occasion, stayed in a hotel, got into the sheets and the blankets, and said to my wife, "Could you get out and tuck me in, please?" And she tucks me in, and it's something about that being trapped. I love
that's what I don't like. I hate it that my feet aren't free, so I have to untuck the end.
We stayed at my in-laws on Sunday night when we came back. And I'd stayed in my wife's bedroom, it was like her bedroom when she was a girl. So there's two single beds. So we get separate beds, which I love.
She had two single beds in her room.
I think one may have been put in there after she became sexually active. I don't know. No, when she moved out, I think they might have put one in. But and I like separate beds. I find it a real treat. She doesn't. She wants to cuddle and all that rubbish. But I like separate beds. But the thing I don't get about beds, the single beds, any bed, is bed makers, for Christ's sake, do not put a raised bit at the end of the bed, because that is sizist. Any bed, my feet generally hang over the edge of the bed, apart from my bed, which is massive, because I treated myself to a huge bed. Most beds, hotel beds, my feet will hang over the edge of the bed, okay? So why would you put like a raised bit? Because then that's dangerous. I could lose a foot in the night with circulation. Circulation gets cut off, that foot goes dead, gangrene, bang, it's gone. So don't do it. So her beds have got bits over the edge. bits hanging up at the end, which
Oh, no.
could
Do you have to sleep in a star shape then, so your legs hang off the ends at the corners?
Well, both beds are up against the wall.
Oh.
So one leg goes off the edge, and the other one is normally, has to raise up. It has to raise up.
Fetal.
My feet will fall off. Correct. You're right, Eloise. Let's go. that was a good one.
Yeah.
It was a stinker. Kieran Knight.
Hello.
Hello, Kieran Knight. Wasn't that Michael Knight's evil twin brother with a moustache?
I have no brother.
Oh, you had a little throat belch, though, didn't you? And Eloise...
Sorry.
Dump that. You had a little throat belch, didn't you? This was fine. We have those all the time.
Yes.
But you
Sorry,
don't have you don't have a good brother who drives the Knight Rider and doesn't have... Do you have a moustache?
I shaved it this morning.
Okay, okay, so you could be the evil Michael Knight's brother. I think his name is Kieran Knight. Anyway, Kieran Knight, what can we do for you this evening? It's lovely to talk to you.
Pardon?
What do you want, love?
So, don't shout.
Well, hang on a minute. You couldn't hear me, so I had to speak up a bit.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
So everyone's asleep, so I have to be quiet.
Hang on a minute. How is everyone in your house going to hear me if I shout?
Because you're on the phone.
Am I on speakerphone?
No.
Then they won't hear me, Kieran!
My phone is loud.
But your phone can't be that loud that me shouting is going to wake up your mum. You're giggling like a 15-year-old schoolgirl's going to wake them up when they go, why is there a 15-year-old schoolgirl in our house? Where's Kieran? What's he doing with a 15-year-old... How old are you, Kieran?
16.
So you could, in theory, have smuggled in a 15-year-old schoolgirl into your house, and your mum doesn't know about it. She's going to hear you giggling like that, come down, think you're up to no good, and it's just you laughing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. You sound very mature you sound more like 21.
Really?
It won't help you buy booze, but, at least if you're ordering it via phone, it might help. But if you went into a shop, it wouldn't help at all.
Well, I was planning on asking Eloise out at some point, so that might help.
Eloise is raising her eyebrows and looking away as though she's not interested with a boy.
Yeah.
She wants... Kieran, now, fair play, Eloise is hot, and let's get this... lay this on the table. Not Eloise, that would be inappropriate. She's hot. I think, from what little I know about her, she wants a man, not a boy. Eloise, would I be correct?
Yes.
There we go. Sorry about that, Kieran. Sorry about that, Kieran. You've got to get knocks in your life, and there's one now.
That's my 5th rejection today.
Yeah. Your 5th rejection?
Yes.
Get about a bit, don't you, Kieran?
Yeah. So Eloise is the 5th best person you could think to ask out.
Yeah, thanks.
No, I just haven't called in the show before.
Okay, but so you called in... You spoke to 4 other girls today...
Yes.
And asked them out before you asked Eloise out?
It was before 11 o'clock.
You could have... Did you just suddenly wake up this morning sexually active?
That is fast work.
Yesterday you were talking like this, and now today you're talking like this, and your hormones had kicked in, and you just went on a asking girls out rampage. Don't giggle like that, your mum's going to get suspicious! Oh, my God, Kieran, don't laugh! Stop it! It sounds like you're eating mice.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. I just wanted to ask you why you keep arguing with people about stuff you're clearly wrong about.
Par example?
One example is when you tried to convince somebody that Guantanamo was a dip.
Guantanamo is a dip?
No, guacamole is the dip. Guantanamo Bay is the former prison in Cuba.
Well, you say former prison. It's still going on, despite what Obama said when he got into office. In fact, he's thinking of shipping some people out there to have them questioned and put on trial soon. That's, of course, in Guacamole Bay. Guantanamo
Guacamole Bay.
Guantanamo is the delicious, yet slightly watery, avocado dip.
That's guacamole. Have you not seen Austin Powers?
No.
Oh, okay. Have you not been on Google?
No, Google. What is this Google?
Just look it up or something.
Okay, what? I don't need, Kieran. I don't need to look up things that I know.
Okay, I give up. Anyway.
Thank you.
I was wondering.
Yes.
I remember. I think it was a while ago. You did a kind of poll thing to find out who the best band mascot was.
Yes.
Yes. I think who. Did the guy come up?
What guy?
It's just called The Guy. It's the mascot for Disturbed.
No.
Ah. Well, yeah, it should have been on there.
Hang on a minute. When did we do that? That was like about 3 years ago.
Yes, but I'm only calling now, and I have...
But What's your problem, Kieran? Why didn't you call him when we were talking about it?
Because at that point I didn't even have a phone.
What do you mean you didn't have a phone? There are pay phones and your parents have a phone, for God's sakes.
Okay, fair enough.
Thanks for calling, Kieran.
Bye.
Good night. Excellent first call. Well done, well done. I like that. I challenged him, and although he was wrong on everything he made, he had a bloody good go, didn't he? Bloody good go. Janice, William, Hal, be with you after this, Martha and the Muppets. Barry, he's not funny anymore. Look out, listeners, here comes Barry from Watford, don't you know? He was funny in 2004, it was August the 12th, I think, if I remember. Not been funny since, wasn't funny before. Will he be funny tonight? Let's see as we go live to Watford to listen to the ramblings of a senile old git called Barry. What have you got for us tonight?
I think it was 90... Oh. Here we go. I think it was around 1999 when you first ended up on TV. It was about time that you got some sort of training, you see. You retrain for something useful that you can do. Unlike this load of old poo, you should do a course in dance. And then you'd maybe have a half a chance. It's not gone all that well.
Well, today has it. We can't have winners every night.
The thing was I couldn't hear the music. That was the problem,
you see.
But it could have been very
funny.
Very funny if you didn't talk over me. Yeah. Hell you. Was there an echo? Stop being a silly. Stop being a silly. Don't try and do it if you can't do it. Don't try and do it if you can't do it. Chinese takeaway, including prawns, toe, balls, and... Ian, please stop it. No, please stop it. It's not working. Please stop doing this. It's hopeless.
Please.
Please stop doing this.
I've stopped. Do you want to speak to some of the callers?
Yes!
OK, let's go to line 2. You're through to Barry from... Oh, no, he's put the phone down. Let's go. Let's try a withheld number. Line 3, you're through to Barry from Watford.
Hello?
Hello, matey. You there, innit?
What's that supposed to be?
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Hello there. It's Waj. Calling from Sheffield.
Oh, hello. How are you? Sorry, I wasn't casting aspirations on your accent.
Well, what is it? What sort of accent, innit?
I don't know what you've made up, but whatever it is a hybrid of something, isn't it?
Is it because I'm Asian, innit? Is that what's up? Listen, got good news, right? Taxi driver. Woman's just left knickers in back of car.
Oh, yeah.
Great stuff. Lovely.
Is it a punchline or...?
You want me to send them you through, innit?
If you could. Oh, dear. It's not working on any level for me tonight, Ian.
Those are my favourite nights, though, Barry. Hey, listen. We should probably plug your gig you've got in June, shouldn't we?
Oh, please, if anyone wants to come. June the 17th. It'll be funnier than this.
Well,
I can assure
you say that. I've seen the outline for the show. It doesn't. It doesn't look that funny on paper.
No.
No.
But it will be very, very funny. And we've sold 75 tickets already.
And how many seats does the Watford Palace Theatre have?
621.
Oh, Christ, it's like another 550 you've got to sell.
But with the echo, it will sound like there's more.
I'm performing. That'll probably sell another couple of hundred. I'm performing there. I'm comparing the evening. I'm talking now, Barry. I'm talking now. I'm trying to save you. I will be performing there. I may take my ukulele. I may sing a few songs. I may get a couple of the punters up on stage for a little bit of audience interaction, participation.
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I might say cheers. Cheers.
Cheers. And if anyone wants to come and see me and Ian and the various other comedians...
Very good. It's very entertaining.
Are we allowed to give the number, or is it
please do.
tedious?
Please
01923 22
Yes.
5671.
Yes.
June 17th. It'll be a real laugh.
It'll be a real laugh. And none of the money's going to charity.
No, none of it at all,
No, it's all going to go into our fat pockets.
Yes.
We're going to buy lots of drugs and prostitutes afterwards, aren't we, Barry?
We could pretend some of it's going to charity, but it's not really.
No, yes, £8 from every £9 spent will be going to charity, but it won't actually.
That's what we will say.
Yes.
We can guarantee that 100% of the ticket money will go to charity. Asterisk in brackets. This is not true.
I like the asterisk. The asterisk is greatly underused, I think. I often do asterisks with my of course it is. With my emails. And I do like a little... I say something in there, then put an asterisk by it, then right down the bottom of the email I put the asterisk, the corresponding asterisk, and put something like, not really, this isn't actually legally binding. And then I wonder if everybody scrolls down and reads that.
Probably not. You could get a lot into trouble a lot. I mean, for example,
please.
The RSPCA, the RSPCC do wonderful work, and I would hereby like to say that despite that, none of the money from the gig on the 17th will be going to them. It will all be going to me and Ian and another comedian. But that's not to say they don't do wonderful work.
No, they do wonderful work.
It's just it won't be enhanced by us.
Exactly. No, we will. But just by talking about it now, we've certainly highlighted some of the issues.
And I hope that ladies and gentlemen, we've gone some way in highlighting some of the issues, if not raising any money.
No money will be raised. There's a lot of good charity work already being done by other talented people. Lenny Henry, I believe, does a lot for charity.
Yeah.
Why should we add to that?
Well, we shouldn't. That's the thing.
We won't.
We won't.
No.
But when I'm opening a nice bottle of Pinot Grigio this summer, if it's any consolation to the audience, I'll probably give them a thought.
Yeah, exactly.
And say thanks.
So June the 17th, Watford Palace Theatre.
Yes.
And I'm sure
Please come.
Please do. You don't sound too desperate, Barry. Play it cool. We've got a while to go yet.
Come if you like. Who cares? Come. Come if you like. I'm not bothered. Like that sort of thing.
How much do you stand to lose if you don't sell any more tickets?
A lot of money. That is a bit of a way. Yes, there is that issue as well. We will lose a fortune if you don't come.
Yeah. So well, hang on. You will lose a fortune. I've invested literally 0 pence into this.
That's right.
Yeah.
But we haven't discussed your fee in any way.
Well, I'm assuming I'm getting 50% of all monies raised.
No,
what with me being a bigger star than
not
you
entirely,
used to be on TV.
It's not quite.
And I'm comparing it.
And really,
yes, I would say that literally.
I will buy you
4 years.
Some shit.
Disappointing. I was expecting a lot of cash. How much are tickets?
£12.
So let me just do the maths here. 625.
Well, we're not going to sell 621. It is. Don't inflate it.
6,201. That's
Yeah, I've got to pay for the venue.
Yeah, so that's about £7,000 you're going to make.
Yes.
I'm expecting £3,000 of that. All right.
Get out.
You get out.
What, for playing the ukulele?
Don't forget being the big name drawer and getting people in.
For £3,000, I expect full nudity, mate.
I'll do that.
No, better not. I think we've come to an end with this. Is the echo on? No, oh! Absolutely hopeless.
For some reason, we had like two or three callers just dropped off. I don't know what happened there. Maybe the fact that Barry's call wasn't up to his usual standard upset them. And they stormed off in a huff. It's possible. We've got William, we've got Howell coming up next. If you want to give us a call, 0330 123 12 15 is the telephone number. We're here till 1 o'clock. Then Mark Crosley, Stills and Nash will be on the air, doing his thing through the night. So you've got 20 minutes if you want to give us a call. Howell!
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, fella. What can I do for you?
No, I've thought of a good surname for Eloise. You're looking for a surname for Eloise.
Apparently they call duvets in Australia doonas.
Is that right?
Apparently so. Doonas. So we're looking for a new surname for Eloise. She's not allowed to use the name Carr anymore. What have you got for us?
Well, if it's going to be one syllable, I mean, there's Clark, Jones, Smith. But I was thinking, why not make her exotic? Give her a Hispanic name, like Sanchez or Santos.
Santos. I like the name Santos.
Eloise Hernandez.
Eloise is pulling a face if to say, implying that she's a little bit racist and doesn't like those names. You don't like Eloise Santos?
No? That makes her really, because you say she's hot, so that makes Hispanic and Colombian, Cuban women, they're very hot as well.
And now it's time for the latest travel with Eloise Santos.
I just don't think I'm a Santos.
But your posh voice is a Santos.
No, but you could be descended. You could be descended from a family from that part of the world.
His first suggestions were Jones and Clark.
Yeah.
Eloise Clark.
They are rubbish.
They are rubbish, Al.
They're a bit boring, but, well, there you go. So go
like
for the...
someone's suggestion on the text of Ma, because it sounds like car, but also like Johnny Marr from the Smiths is quite good.
Eloise Marr.
How about Eloise Mayonnaise? Mayonnaise. You know, like in the film with, what's his name, Richard Gere, Officer and a Gentleman?
Is that meant to rhyme?
Yeah, well, it kind of rhymes a bit, doesn't it? Eloise Mayonnaise.
It doesn't rhyme at all.
Literally doesn't rhyme at all.
Oh, well, it does to me.
They both have an S in, I'll give you that.
Yeah, so what other names end, because Eloise, kind of an S and a Z at the end, and then choose another name that ends in an S.
Where's the Z?
Eloise.
Oh, Eloise.
It's kind of
Is it, what, isn't it?
on how you say it.
Well, it's an S. However you say it, it's an S. So you want a name that sounds like Eloise?
Well, it ends.
Eloise. Who's the fat guy in the Cannibal Run movies? Dom DeLuise. Eloise DeLuise.
Eloise.
That's what you're called.
No, you can't have the same name.
Eloise DeLuise.
Surname and real first name.
Dom DeLuise could be your dad. He's good, he is. Eloise DeLuise.
No way, that's stupid.
I don't know, it's better than Clark, which
It's
is all we've got so
definitely
far.
Clark.
Okay, so we've the order so far: in third place, Eloise Clark; second place, Eloise Santos, which I quite like a lot.
Hernandez,
and the first
Sanchez,
place is Eloise DeLuise. Oh, you've got to sneak one of these on.
I would rather Santos
you know
than
what?
DeLuise.
Okay. Yes, Hal.
I taught English years ago in Beirut.
All right, don't
in
show off.
Lebanon.
Don't show off about it.
And there was a kid in the class, not my class, but his name was Mansour, and his family name was Mansour.
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 Well, I've told this story when I bought my flat 9 years ago, and it was shown. The flat was every time I went to the flat, I was shown by a very, very hot young lady in a very short skirt. When I put the offer in on the flat, never saw this woman again. Never saw her. And I was dealing with this guy called Felix, who was a lovely, lovely guy, very nice chap. And when I went to collect the keys after I bought the flat, I had to sign a bit of paper, and the name on his signature, his name was Felix. 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 That's mental. And he had no middle fingers.
Oh.
Well, I picked up another guy.
It's true.
I minicabbed for a while. Picked up lots of famous people.
Yeah.
I told you one or two stories before.
You did tell me about that lady who showed off tuppence.
That's it.
Oh, that was a good story. Yeah, I like that story.
And I picked up a guy from LWT and his name, and they told me pick up this guy, and they gave me his name, and I had to put it on a board because I didn't know him.
Yeah.
Write it on a board, and his name was Richard Hunt. Richard Head. Richard Head. What a name to give your kid. Richard Head, you can imagine.
On that bombshell.
Absolute Radio is our name.
Absolute Radio.
That chip on your windscreen could easily crack and cost you your insurance excess. So get it repaired by Autoglass. We'll come to...
Well, there we go. 10 minutes of the show left. You want to give us a call? None of you been to the Moulin Rouge. You surprised me. You seem like the mucky sorts that would consider that high art. And people were there that did consider it high art. It was a strange mix of people. There were your casual tourists, for example, my wife and I. There were sort of dirty old businessmen who were there, to look at knockers. There was a group of English women on a table near us who were drunk and all a bit weird and gaggling, kind of making lots of noise, and it was all very, very strange. But there was a family as well with a young kid, which struck me as very odd. Anyway, none of you have been. Well done, you. 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number. If you want to give me a call, last 10 minutes of the show, we'll take some calls straight to air while Eloise gets the podcasts all set up, ready to go out. If you've just tuned into the show, if you've missed the show, if you're new to the show, thoroughly recommend you download the podcasts from iTunes. And we've got lots of different ones. We've got the full show without the adverts, the music, the news and travel. We've also got the best bits, which will be like 5-10 minute chunk of the show. And there's other bits and pieces. The best of Barry from Watford. Tonight's call won't be up there. Shepherd's Pie videos, all kinds of stuff. It's doing good. Well, while you're checking that out, also type in Iain Lee and Watco's Important Target. Have a look at that. I think you might enjoy it if you like this nonsense. 0330 123 1215 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call. Look at me. I'm sending emails and everything at the same time. Isn't that awful? Isn't that awful of me? I do apologise. Let's go to line...
Very important.
Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Iain?
Yes, line 1.
You know the forthcoming royal wedding?
I'm aware of it, yes, very soon.
Can I make a little announcement?
Please do, Andre, yes.
All I'd like to say... Now, if anyone would like to marry me on the same day, they're welcome. But I've got a week to get to know them, right? They're free to contact me through you.
Yes.
And it'll be a big one, and it'll be a good one.
Let's ask no more about that, and let's all just imagine what he's talking about. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Oh, Iain, love you, all right?
Yes, good, I'm good.
But it's about, that you asked about surprising things you knew about your partner.
Yeah.
Well, my girlfriend came up to stay with me about 3 weeks, come up from Milton Keynes. And I cooked her a lovely Sunday dinner, as you do. She was relaxing on the sofa, and I was getting down in the kitchen cooking all. And I shouted to her,
"Yeah,
do you like onion gravy?" And she shouts, "Yes." Lovely. So I did this masterpiece of a lovely meal. Brought it in. We sat in front of the telly. It was EastEnders Omnibus. She ate the lot.
Yeah,
wolfed it all down.
Beautiful. Big girl, is she?
No, she's not.
Okay, no.
She's got a look at Kate Bush, actually. I've lost my train of thought. Anyway.
Yes.
She ate the lot.
Wolfed it all down, yeah.
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 I went and did the washing up. Come on, we carried on watching the EastEnders Omnibus.
Yeah.
2 hours later,
yeah.
I made her a cup of tea.
Yeah.
She turns and looks at me and she says, "I don't like onion gravy, Mark."
What? She'd asked.
Why didn't you tell me that when I shouted from the kitchen? Do you want onion gravy? And she says yes. What? Do you know what I mean? It's just beggars belief, isn't it? Oh God. Yes. Does anyone else like onion gravy? Onion gravy is brilliant. It's lovely. It's nice on chicken. Anybody there? No? Okay. Got a pizza in the freezer. I might want to warm it up. I'll say, all right then.
Well, that's the show kind of drawing to an end, I suppose, really. If no one else wants to call up, then, kind of just petered out a little bit, didn't it? Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian? Hello? Hello? Hello, Ian? Hello? Is Pamela, in, like, sort of up for it? To the marriage? Pamela? For the royal wedding? The joint royal wedding? Or could I say Eloise, possibly? And I still don't know her vital statistics. Or could I say Eloise, possibly?
And on that sexy bombshell, the show judders to a hideous halt. Hope you've had fun this evening. We're back tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock, Monday to Thursday, 11 o'clock. That don't change. Although on the bank holiday, we'll be starting the show at 10 o'clock. Yay! And there's like 7 bank holidays coming up in the next 3 weeks or something, so yay! Thank you, Eloise. Excellent work. Thank you, dear listener. Thank you to caller. Mark Crosley, Stills and Nash will be up next. He's bloody good, so, you know, grab it while it's still hot. Good night.